5 Unusual People in the World, Part 83. Hello you guys, I'm Keisha. Nice to see you all again in this video. There are some people in this world different right at birth. That doesn't mean they can't be determined like anyone else. Some have overcome difficulties to live a full life, while others try to accept it to make life easier. Let's meet them through this video. Are you ready? Let's begin. Number 5. Devin Merck. Devin Merck was born in 1993 from Fort Benning in Georgia, USA. She had to go through the painful days when knowing that she was not born as normal as others. She was bullied for years by classmates who called her a boy and a monster. Some of the boys who had feelings for her, after learning the truth, ran away because they realized that she couldn't have sex. Devin said, at first, she felt that there was something wrong with the puberty of other girls. She started having severe cramps, which doctors said was the beginning of puberty. But in the end, doctors diagnosed her with a disease that only 1 out of every 5,000 women has. Devin Merck has Mayer-Rokitansky-Kuster-Hauser syndrome, which means she has no vaginal canal, an altered uterus, and no cervix. When Devin was 13 years old, she had surgery to remove her deformed uterus. 3 years later, she had surgery to have a prosthetic vagina, which enabled her to have sex. Doctors took the skin on Devin's body to transplant into this organ. Devin first didn't care much about it, but not long after, her boyfriend said he was disgusted with the artificial thing. It was not until Devin graduated that she met Trent, her current husband, who is serving in the US military and was loved and respected as a real woman. After getting married, the couple discovered that Devin had ovaries and that she could have children with her husband. As society becomes more modern, more evil diseases appear, resulting from living environment problems, food hygiene, etc. Recently, a tragic case was discovered that made public unable to stop thinking. Number 4. Li Hongfang. Li Hongfang was born in 1972 in Tanqiao Village, Xiangyang, China. Previously, she was a famous beautiful woman in the area, but then her appearance began to change with the appearance of shrink lumps on her face. Its size grew over time, making her appearance weird. According to the doctors, Ms. Li has chordoma, a disease that forms tumors at the base of her skull and gives her a disfigured face. Although the tumors were benign and Li's life was not in danger, her face was soon damaged and she was subjected to hostile treatment from those around her. In 2001, the first tumor appeared on her forehead, but because it was only the size of a fingernail, Li paid little attention. But then, it became extremely serious. She is afraid to appear in front of others because she thinks her face has become too ugly and scary and looks like a real monster. However, for me, she is not scary, she is beautiful. Some medical students abroad learned about Li Hongfang and went to the place to find out about her condition. After her condition was reported, a hospital offered her free treatment. Li's surgery was a success, and within a year, she had to undergo another operation to remove the remaining small tumors in the skull, nasal cavity, and throat. Not all children have birthmarks, or it's just in the form of a small black nodules, but this will be a warning for parents to have more knowledge about taking care of their children. Number 3. Jessica Lange. Jessica Lange, born in 2009, lives in Scarborough, Yorkshire, England. Right from birth, she has an unusual cheek compared to other children. It made her parents panic after discovering a small lump on their daughter's face. The lump caused her mouth and eyes to wrinkle. She couldn't smile because of pain. She was often fussy, sometimes unable to swallow food and breathe fast. It also blocked her ears, causing some hearing problems. Her mother also worried that her child would be bullied at school and would be affected much during puberty. Fortunately, doctors discovered the swelling was not a tumor. It was a collection of blood vessels that accumulated under the skin of the 4-year-old girl. At first, it was only the size of a pea. Then, it continued to grow until it was the size of a golf ball. And after that, the size of an orange, hot and painful when touched. Jessica was hospitalized. After the diagnosis, doctors prescribed propranolol, a drug used to treat high blood pressure and to treat heart disease in adults. After 2 years of treatment and medication, according to the doctor's instructions, the tumor on Jessica's face is showing signs of shrinking and disappearing on its own. Number 2. Ganesh Bhagat Chaurasia. Ganesh Bhagat Chaurasia, born in 1948 from Haridwar, India, suffers from a rare condition that causes severe face disfigurement. He was known as the half-faced man, who was kicked out of his home and forbidden to inherit the family. This condition made it impossible for him to find a job and had to live like a homeless person for many years. The very small tumor appeared on his face from birth. However, as time went on, the tumor grew and made his life more complicated. Ganesh tried to work as a mechanic for many years, but eventually, the condition of his face made it impossible for him to see well. Doctors diagnosed him with neurofibromatosis, which means a large tumor grew on his face. This is a treatable condition, but it won't be that simple, and requires a team of specialized surgeons. His parents tried to treat him. In the end, a doctor in Mumbai recommended surgery, but he said there was only a 10% chance of survival. It was just too risky, so they decided not to do it. When his father died, he was still in his teens. His uncle, along with several local officials, sought every day to claim ownership of the land and house, making him homeless. But refusing to look on the bad side, Ganesh now thanks his disability for keeping him alive because sympathetic people often provide him with money, shelter, and food due to his condition. This last woman does not have any proof that she has some strange disease, but I believe she has a mental illness. Number 1. Rebecca Dakin. Rebecca Dakin, born in 1976 in Nottingham, England, is a psychological consultant on family happiness. But what made her famous may surprise you so much that you won't believe what I say. Before gaining enough experience as a consultant, Rebecca slept with nearly 1,000 men for 9 years. Rebecca started working as a prostitute at the age of 25. No college graduate, desperate for a low-paying job, Rebecca thought selling herself was the only way to make a lot of money in a short amount of time. Although there is no evidence that she has some strange disease, I believe that she has major psychological problems. Finally, after 9 years from this man to another man, Rebecca also used the experience to start a career in marriage counseling. Because, according to Rebecca, about 60% of her clients are men who have been married or had partners but they are not sexually satisfied at home. Thanks to her experience, Rebecca helps women understand the psychology of men. She analyzes the client's relationship and gives them an opinion on whether their husband is having an affair or not. Then, Rebecca gives advice, instructing the women how to keep their husbands. Those are the people I believe when you suddenly see them, you will recognize them. Hope that strange diseases will no longer be seen in this world. Everyone should get the justice. If you know someone special, leave your comments below. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to watch more interesting videos. And now, goodbye and see you again.